Christene Marie. We are going to dive into lesson 49 in A Course in Miracles. And as always, we're going to start with some of the preceding lessons to just get our heart and mind postured for today. Lesson 30. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. Lesson 31. I am not the victim of the world I see. Lesson 32. I have invented the world I see. Lesson 33. There is another way of looking at the world. Lesson 34. I could see peace instead of this. Lesson 35. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Lesson 36. My holiness envelops everything I see. Lesson 37. My holiness blesses the world. Lesson 38. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. Lesson 39. My holiness is my salvation. Lesson 40. I am blessed as a son of God. Lesson 41. God goes with me wherever I go. Lesson 42. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Lesson 43. God is my source. I cannot see apart from him. Lesson 44. God is the light in which I see. Lesson 45. God is the mind with which I think. Lesson 46. God is the love in which I forgive. Lesson 47. God is the strength in which I trust. Lesson 48. There is nothing to fear. Lesson 49. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. It is quite possible to listen to God's voice all through the day without interrupting your regular activities in any way. The part of your mind in which truth abides is in constant communication with God, wherever you are aware of it or not. It is the other part of your mind that functions in the world and obeys the world's laws. It is this part that is completely or constantly distracted, disorganized, and highly uncertain. The part of that is listening to the voice of God is calm, always at rest, and wholly certain. It is really the only part that is there. The other part is a wild illusion, frantic and distraught, but without reality of any kind. Try today not to listen to it. Try to identify with the part of your mind where stillness and peace reign forever. Try to hear God's voice call to you lovingly, reminding you that your Creator has not forgotten his Son. We will need at least 4 5-minute practice periods today, and more if possible. We will try actually to hear God's voice reminding you of him and of yourself. We will approach this happiest and holiest of thoughts with confidence, knowing that in doing so, we are joining our will with the will of God. He wants you to hear his voice. He gave it to you to be heard. Listen in deep silence. Be very still and open your mind. Go past all the ruckus, shrieks, and sick imaginings that cover your real thoughts and obscure your eternal link with God. Sink deep into the peace that waits for you, beyond the frantic, riotous thoughts and signals and sounds of this insane world. You do not live here. We are trying to reach your real home. We are trying to reach the place where you are truly welcome. We are trying to reach God. Do not forget to repeat today's idea very frequently. Do sit with your eyes open when necessary, but closed when possible. And be sure to sit quietly and repeat the idea for today whenever you can, closing your eyes on the world and realizing that you are inviting God's voice to speak to you. Well, happy day 49 of this year, y'all. It's wild. 49 days we've already had, and it's fun to be experiencing this together. Good morning, Brian. Thanks for joining. Soul Searching the Galaxy. I'm so glad to see this. Oh, thank you so much for saying this. He says, I'm cultivating my spirit fully. I'm so grateful for that note. That's encouraging. So thank you. Michael B., thank you. Good morning. Raven, hello. CMX. Oh, no, I'm not going to ask you to drink the Kool-Aid. That's so funny. Random user. Y'all, I'm excited to dive into today's lesson. What peace is there in this? God's voice speaks to me all through the day. And it's interesting. We kind of have this secret access to peace at any time if we so choose. And so much of it is literally just about taking a moment to remember that that peace is ours. Remembering what's ours. Isn't that interesting? I feel like that actually might be the theme for today. Remembering what's mine. What has been given to me? What do I have authority over? And there's a concept in kind of the Judeo-Christian faith where God created the world, and when he created man, he said, "Go take dominion over it." And I've sensed that in so many ways where we actually have a lot more power than we think. We are creators, and we get to create our life today, and we get to create the peace that we experience, and we get to create the joy that we experience and the money we make and all of these different aspects of life. We truly are creating it. And because we're creating it, therefore it means that we've got a lot of power over the day and over how it goes and over what we encounter. And there's this peace that comes when we realize, okay, I don't actually need to worry about tomorrow yet, or any part of the future, really. It's just today. And that concept, it's just today, has brought so much, like almost a sigh of relief to me, because it can feel overwhelming. I'm in the process of moving right now, and right when I finish moving, I'm going to help my family put on this beautiful party for a week, and then I come back and I need to finish my book. And so I very clearly know what I need to do over the next 3 weeks. But it's easy to live even just 5 minutes ahead of now, or 10 minutes ahead of now, or 3 weeks from now when I'm done kind of this marathon sprint. But then I don't live. I don't live fully. And that's the beauty of, we have access to peace right here, right now, at every moment of every day. We don't just have access to peace derived from our own selves. It's like we've got help. We also have, yes, we have everything we need, but we also have this source of inner strength within us. We have this source of peace and joy, even when there's the parts of us that don't feel peaceful. We can return to this like secret inner quiet place. So I'm just going to jump back here in the chat. Frank's Frank, thanks for joining. Free will, we get the choice to choose, and so that's a really, really kind of interesting dynamic with remembering today, that I have the choice to create. I have the choice to choose, how am I going to show up today? And I like just putting it in context of just today, because when we think about how am I going to choose to show up every day for the rest of my life, who do I want to be? That can be kind of a foreboding question and feel really big. But when it's just today, it feels bite-sized. And I would even encourage all of us, when we're thinking about just today, this 49th day of the year, okay, I want to show up this way until noon, and then I'm actually going to take a break. And I'm just going to recharge, because our willpower and our lifespan in effectively our energy, that kind of be akin to a battery pack. It's like it dwindles throughout the day. So if we intentionally put in moments and breaks to recharge and resurge, to realign with, oh yeah, this is who I want to be, just for today. Again, no pressure for tomorrow. Man, that really ensures that it's like, am I living today, every moment, getting closer to this ideal and being who I want to be? And a lot of who I want to be personally is tapping into that place of peace, where that's kind of like my operating place. That's my baseline. I'm operating from a place of peace. And then from that place, I then go and engage throughout the rest of the day. But I'm continuously returning to that place of peace with intention, to just take that deep breath and take a moment. Even, this is a little funny, but one of the best times for me to take that recharge is to not take my phone with me into the bathroom, and just have, anytime I go to the bathroom, just like take a few moments to breathe, because it's nice to have those breaks. But otherwise, we're constantly on autopilot, and we're constantly on kind of stimulation from the external world at all times. And that can be a lot. Javaid, hello. Thank you for joining. Good morning. Javaid, I'm from just outside of DC. Jasmine, hello. I'm from just outside of DC. Um, Thank you, soul searching, Catherine Kirk. I recognize her name, but I actually don't know who she is. So I gotta look her up. Good morning, Sai. I'm so glad you're here. Um, Y'all, God's voice speaks to me all throughout the day. There's one point in this lesson that I wanted to return to. Um, okay, so we will need at least 5-minute practice periods today. So that's a full 20 minutes at various times throughout the day and more if possible. We will try to hear God's voice reminding you of him and of yourself. So when we take this time to kind of close our eyes and just listen, we're not just being reminded of who God is, but who we really are. God holds the integrity of our identity. And we need to remember who we are based on who he says that we are, not what the external world says, because there's so much chaos in the external world. So if our worth and our identity is predicated in what everyone else is saying, we're surely going to get distraught and upset at various times. And then she continues, we will approach this happiest and holiest of thoughts with confidence, knowing that in so doing, we are joining our will with the will of God. He wants you to hear his voice. He gave it to you to be heard. Listen in deep silence. Be very still and open your mind. And I think that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for joining today. We are having a game night tonight. Tonight we're doing game night at 8:30 p.m. And I would love to have you. Frank says, involve God in everything you do. Have him to take care of your stress and put everything in his hands. The rest will fall into place. I love it. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you tonight. Trivia night. We're doing 80s movies at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, I will see you guys soon.